everybody. So, shockingly, I had the foresight to bring my camera. This was my week 33. Supposed to just be a BPP, which is a biophysical something. Basically, I've talked about it, what it is before. Basically what it is they sit and they watch the baby. There are 8 points that the baby has to hit, like movement. They have to see him breathing, which that's the thing that usually takes a while, is babies do practice breaths in the womb. And so not too bad, right? That's what I was supposed to be coming in for. Well, my amniotic fluid, which I don't know if I've touched on this yet or not in my videos, but my amniotic fluid's been a little high. Not crazy high. The number that they like to see is 20. If they see 20 to 25, they watch it, but it's not the end of the world. And mine's been like 23. That's what it was last week. And I did a BPP last week. This week at week 33, we're at 30, which is a big, So, yeah, so I did the BPP and everything went great other than finding out that my amniotic fluid was at a 30. And I don't remember exactly what that's measuring. I think it's measuring how much fluid is in there. But I mentioned that, like, I hadn't been feeling him moving as much, like definitely feeling him moving, just not as much. And they were like, yeah, you probably can't feel him moving as much because there's a lot of fluid in there. And I was like, oh, okay. So, ended up seeing a doctor, actually a nurse practitioner. They showed my doctor my numbers and he was like, huh, okay. So talked with the nurse practitioner. Of course, now I'm all anxious. My blood pressure has completely skyrocketed. Cause I'm like, I wasn't even supposed to do an appointment today. And now I'm doing an appointment. So that's great. But basically what's going to happen is, I'm going to go see, they're referring me to, the high risk doctors. So they're a couple floors above where my OB is, but they're referring me to them, and I'm gonna do a high-tech ultrasound with them. I guess their ultrasounds can see a lot more. That way they can tell if something's wrong with the baby, because they've ruled out that I'm diabetic. The two big reasons you might have more amniotic fluid are you might be diabetic, which I'm not based on all of my blood work. I've passed with flying colors. Or something's up with the baby. So that's what they're going to be checking. They should be able to get me in this week. And like, honestly, then of course there are just like, there are other weird biological reasons that they don't really have explanations for why you can have high amniotic fluid, which that might be it. But I guess I'm calming down. I'm still like a little bit on edge. They should be able to get me in this week, which is really good that this week is the week that I'm on call, because it means generally I'm free. So I'm going to try to schedule morning, but if I absolutely can't, I'm going to schedule an afternoon and just email the manager and be like, hey, sorry, you knew this was happening. You knew I'm high risk and I'm looking to be off because pregnant. But yeah, it's just another thing. They're already talking possible induction, which I'm not surprised at. I kind of just like, I've had this feeling in the back of my head, I'm probably going to get induced. And a lot of it's going to depend on this high risk ultrasound, high-tech ultrasound thing. So yeah, just want to kind of throw that all out there real quick while it's all fresh in my head and I can remember all the numbers and everything. But I'll see you guys for the rest of the video, because I'll probably stick this in first and then we'll talk more about week 33. Bye guys. Hello everybody, welcome to week 33. So as you can tell from that previous clip, things are a little stressful. There's been a little bit of a change. Okay, so in terms of how I'm like doing right now, I've definitely calmed down. I reached out to a lot of people to kind of just talk things over. And I mean, we're only at week 33 and I haven't been feeling contractions or anything. So I think we're gonna be okay. The only thing that makes me a little nervous is I was told that the high risk doctors could see me this week. It's currently Tuesday. Today was the day that I had my appointment. And they weren't able to see me this week. I'm actually scheduled to see them next week in exactly a week. I have my ultrasound, BPP, OB appointment, and now this high risk thing. I'm supposed to call and see if they even want to do the ultrasound in the morning, but honestly, I would not mind seeing him multiple times. So I'll probably call just to double check, but I'm not too worried about it, especially because the ultrasound includes a growth scan, and I don't know if the high risk, I don't know if their ultrasound stuff does, I don't know if their appointment version of the ultrasound does a growth scan. So I might call later today or I'll call tomorrow. But yeah, so that's fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little, I'm anxious. I'm not gonna lie. It does make me very anxious. But I'm gonna, since I'm not working or I'm on call this week, I'm just gonna have to put some faith in myself and faith in my doctor that I can listen to my body and have the time to feel what's going on. And then also put faith in my doctor that we are monitoring and we are keeping track of him and it's gonna be okay. So I'm a little anxious, but we're gonna make it through. So let's talk week 33. Week 33, we actually started our classes this week, which is really exciting. Last Tuesday, we had our CPR class for parents and grandparents. There were 2, 4, 6, 7 of us in the class. We went over CPR for infants and children, as well as choking for infants and children. Very briefly adults, but obviously the focus is going to be on the kids. I did get a little anxious with the baby one. That one felt a little real, and they said it probably would. So that was kind of hard, but it's important. It's important to know that stuff, and even though for me it's a little bit more of a refresher. But my husband's never done a CPR class or anything like that, so it was good for us both to go and do that. And it wasn't certification, it was just like a 2-hour, here's kind of the basics and here's what you should know, just in case. It was also very interesting. At the very end, she went over like choking hazards, which generally, you know, it's not that we don't think about that, but it was just very interesting to hear, like a lot of, like when it comes to food, like a lot of the stuff that I've worked with in the nursery, I don't want to say being validated, but being validated. And just like, you know, talking about once, you know, baby is crawling, like get on their level on the floor to see what they're seeing. And just, it was very interesting, on top of the CPR. So that was, it was good. It was a good class. I'm glad we did it. It's important to do. It's important to know, even if it felt a little real. Other than that, sorry, I was looking at my calendar. So that was Tuesday. Friday was my official last day at work, or I guess unofficial. It's officially the last day that I gave that I could work. But because they're training a girl The week of the 6th, I ended up, I'm on call this week, basically, which I think I explained better in my last video, which is fine. Today is Tuesday, so they haven't called me in. They didn't call me in Monday. They didn't call me in Tuesday, which has been really nice, because I feel like I have a lot of energy back. You know, I've felt more energized to do things around the house. Even if right now it's just laundry and dishes to catch up on really everyday life. It's kind of funny. I feel so bad. My house is such a mess right now. We had the baby shower on Saturday. It was the one that we headed up north, and it was more with like my in-laws. And it was a lot of fun, had a great time, but you know, first of all, we have boxes from the shower of things that we're trying to figure out where to put them. But then 2, we have a bunch of boxes from people who weren't able to come to the shower and just Amazoned to us, which is great, but it was like, okay. So we have that, and then on top of all of that, if you don't look at our weekly vlogs, which is fine, my husband's been he's been adding cabinets to our kitchen so we can have more counter space and storage space, which is a really big deal for me pre-baby, especially because my husband's gotten into cooking and he leaves things out, and he's constantly doing things in the kitchen, and I feel like I don't have space or places to put things, especially with baby coming. So it's coming together, it is, but it means we have things that were in the kitchen have been moved out, like the trash can, and a shelving thing that he built that we've been using in the kitchen for the past year and a half, 2 years? I don't remember. But you know, so that's all out in the front living room on top of boxes from Amazon that are empty that need to be taken outside, on top of boxes that still have things in them. So I don't know how we're gonna put all this together, but we're gonna try. But I did film some stuff from the baby shower. I may or may not make its own video. Actually, I probably will, because we're having the second shower, which is more of my family and friends around the area. That shower is gonna be this Saturday. So I'll probably just put together like a shower video, which will be cute. So I'll do that, and you'll be able to see. It was cute, it was very sweet, it was very fun. I had a good time. In terms of symptoms, which I haven't really talked about, a lot of it's still the same. I'm taking more and more breaks. So anytime I feel like I need to sit down, I need a minute, I've been trying to do better about taking those minutes. I didn't mention this on the last one. I'm still having a bit of insomnia. It was really bad over the weekend, but it's kind of gotten better. But there's like a point where if I wake up around 2:30, 3 o'clock, I'm almost guaranteed to be awake for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, which is fine. It's just frustrating. And then the other symptom is, and this is, I found out from going to my appointment today, this is probably a symptom of there being more amniotic fluid. Like I'm still feeling him kick a whole lot, but it feels a little less frequent. And so I was thinking, based on, oops, sorry, didn't mean to kick the tripod. I was thinking, based on like a lot of the stuff that they've told me, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I keep kicking it. I needed to just stop moving. I thought that it was because he was running out of room, because he is getting bigger. And, you know, at some point what I've seen is it's less like really hard and more of just like, yep, I'm here, movement. But apparently that could be a thing of the amniotic fluid, which is, I'm not feeling him as much because there feels like there's more space because of all the fluid. So that's fun. You know, I'm still doing kick counting and he's doing fine on that, but it is just like that extra worry in the back of my head. And then, actually no, I think that's it. I think that's like the big weird symptom. I know I'm super bouncing around because I'm just like, when I think of things. And I want to wrap this up because I know that other clip was like pretty long. Yeah, so the only other thing is on Wednesday we have our first baby class, which is where, you know, they're gonna walk us around the hospital and talk us through just kind of general like labor stuff. I'm sure that's where we see the videos that everybody gets to see about giving birth. So that starts on Wednesday. We have that Wednesday class basically every week in August now. Every Wednesday in August we'll have that. And then I also have a breastfeeding class. I think my husband technically is on the list to come as like the partner. But I also have a breastfeeding class next Wednesday. So I'm kind of hoping no matter what happens with baby and this fluid situation, he at least hangs on through August so we can get through all these classes, because we paid for them and I want to go to them. But okay, I think that is it, and that's where I'm gonna leave this. Yeah, I'll update if and when things happen, but for now we just have a bunch of appointments in a week, and hopefully I will have some better news, honestly. So until then, thank you so much for watching and being a part of my pregnancy journey. Thank you for, you know, holding on while I'm going through just stuff. Congratulations to anybody who has had their baby or found out that they are pregnant. Yay! And I will talk to you guys next week for week 34. Wow. Bye!